लीनिंग टावर ऑफ पीसा के बारे में सबने पढ़ा ही होगा, पर क्या कभी आपने लीनिंग टेम्पल ऑफ उमा के बारे में सुना है? तो ऐसे ही कई इंटरेस्टिंग आर्किटेक्चर से भरा है द लैंड ऑफ लॉर्ड जगन्नाथ ओडिशा। तो चलिए जानते हैं इंडियाज बेस्ट केप्ट सीक्रेट ओडिशा के बारे में। जय जगन्नाथ, नमस्कार, दिस इज प्रियांशु मोहांती एंड यू आर वाचिंग द TCQ Media। Odisha is a state located on the eastern coast of Indian subcontinent. इसका आर्ट, म्यूजिक, कल्चर, फेस्टिवल ये सबसे यूनिक बनाती है। Odissi is the oldest surviving dance form of India. The capital city Bhubaneswar, which is known as the temple city of India, is the home of over 600 magnificent temples in the medieval time. और चार धाम के बारे में तो आप सबने सुना ही होगा। उनमें से एक धाम है जगन्नाथ टेम्पल इन लॉर्ड जगन्नाथ is to be believed as the form of Shri Krishna, the eighth avatar of Lord Vishnu। तो चलिए ओडिशा के बारे में कुछ और इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्ट्स जानते हैं, स्पेसिफिकली उसके हिस्ट्री के बारे में। ओडिशा, formerly known as Kalinga or Utkal, has mostly remained a stable and major power irrespective of being ruled by numerous dynasties such as the Mauryas, the Guptas, the Kharavedas, the Nanda dynasty, the Mughals, the Marathas. In 1803, the British East India Company took the power of Odisha from Marathas. In 1857, Sepoy Mutiny took place. Sepoy Mutiny was known as the first war of independence. Sepoy Mutiny 1857 को the first war of independence कहा जाता है। But क्या आपको पता है the first struggle for independence from British Raj took place in Odisha? जी हाँ, Pike rebellion that took place in 1817 was known as the first war of independence that was crushed by the Britishers. ब्रिटिश राज के टाइम पर ओडिशा बंगाल प्रेसिडेंसी का एक पार्ट था, बट इन 1912 में प्रेसिडेंसी को स्प्लिट करके बिहार एंड ओडिशा प्रोविंस बनाया गया। इन 1936 Odisha province was created from the Odia speaking areas of Bihar and Odisha province. With this, Odisha became the first state to be formed on the linguistic basis. In these times, various old and contemporary newspapers like Utkal Deepika, Sambalpur Hitaishini and Satya Samachar played an important role to spread the word about the freedom movement throughout Odisha and countering the attacks against Odia language. Utkal Deepika को Odisha का first newspaper कहा जाता है। After independence, Hari Krishna Maharaj, who is well renowned as Utkal Kesari, became the first Chief Minister of Odisha. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel is popularly remembered as the architect of Indian unity, and his name is always the first which comes to mind whenever the merger of princely state with the Indian Union is discussed. But क्या आपको पता है? It was actually Sri Hari Krishna Maharaj who initiated and brought the merger of Odisha princely state with the assistance of Sardar Patel and VP Menon. With this merger began a new chapter in the history of modern Odisha. तो आप लोग के मन में एक क्वेश्चन आ रहा होगा, why Sri Hari Krishna Maharaj was elected as the first chief minister of Odisha? तो इसके पीछे का रीजन बहुत सिंपल है। So before independence, provinces used to have prime minister who shared the same power as today's chief minister share in their states. So Sri Hari Krishna Maharaj was the prime minister of Odisha province. So in 1947, his power got shifted to make him chief minister of Odisha. So between the establishment of state, Odisha's government was largely controlled by Indian National Congress or Congress Party. The only exception to the Congress Party's 5 decades of dominance were the periods of 1967 to 1972, where Odisha was controlled by Swatantra Party and Odisha Jana Congress, 1977 to 1980 controlled by Janata Party, and 1990 to 1995 where Janata Dal was into power. During this time, there was a significant development in Odisha industrial sector. Hirakud Dam, which is the longest earthen dam in the world, was inaugurated, and the foundation stone for Paradip Port and Talcher-based thermal power station were laid by Jawaharlal Nehru, while the Raulkela steel plant also started functioning. इतना ही नहीं, कल्चरल, एजुकेशनल फील्ड में भी काफी डेवलपमेंट हुआ है। ओडिशा साहित्य अकादमी, उत्कल संगीत महाविद्यालय, उत्कल यूनिवर्सिटी एंड VSS मेडिकल कॉलेज को एस्टैब्लिश किया गया। In the scientific field, the Odisha Science Academy and Pathani Samanta Planetarium were established to boost the scientific research in Odisha. स्पोर्ट्स को बढ़ावा देने के लिए बारावती स्टेडियम एंड जवाहरलाल नेहरू इंडोर स्टेडियम were built in Cuttack. Also, the Nandankanan Zoological Park, which gets more than 2.6 million visitors every year now was established in this period. When the world was celebrating the dawn of new millennium in 2000, Odisha worked in darkness. A cyclone had uprooted millions of trees and electric poles. It had destroyed homes, swept away entire village and killed over 10,000 people. इंडिया के बाकी पार्ट्स को लग रहा था कि ओडिशा एक बैकवर्ड स्टेट है whose people are suffering from starvation, poverty and natural calamities. The people of Odisha themselves were disheartened and there was a widespread of despondence in the state. Odisha was considered beyond salvation and उस टाइम कांग्रेस-led state government इस situation को handle नहीं कर पा रही. That is when Navin Patnaik took charge of a cyclone-ravaged and economically bankrupt Odisha in 2000. A man who until then had lived in US and authored 3 non-fiction books and was a reluctant inheritor of the political legacy of his father, Biju Patnaik. In 1997, Biju Patnaik's death created a political void. A year later, close associates of the state leader broke away from their known party, Janata Dal, and decided to form a separate party. It was that time when Navin Patnaik was roped into politics to lead their party. कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि नवीन पटनायक को सिर्फ इसीलिए बुलाया गया था ताकि वो पार्टी का फेस बने और सिर्फ वही करे जो उनके सीनियर लीडर्स चाहते थे. इन शॉर्ट एक कठपुतली का काम करे, मगर ये नहीं हो पाया. Although inexperienced, Navin Patnaik turned out to be an efficient leader after he founded the Biju Janata Dal and formed the government in Odisha in alliance with BJP. He is the longest serving Chief Minister of Odisha as of 2023, one of the longest serving Chief Minister of any Indian state. 2008 में कंधमाल में हुआ कम्युनल वायलेंस के चलते बीजेपी के साथ अपना अलायंस तोड़ देने के बाद नवीन पटनायक 23 इयर्स से पावर में हैं. इतना ही नहीं, ये कहा जा रहा है कि 2024 इलेक्शंस में भी उनके जीतने का चांसेस काफी हाई है. तो अगर आप ये सोच रहे हैं कि ऐसा कैसे पॉसिबल है, तो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द डेवलपमेंट दैट टेकन प्लेस इन ओडिशा in the years under Navin Patnaik's rule. Most notably, the 5T initiative has been favorably received by the people. This is a governance model based on teamwork, transparency, technology and time leading to transformation. It aims at empowering Odisha by ensuring that all government machineries function effectively. In sync with the 5T agenda, government ने मो सरकार और माई गवर्नमेंट इनिशिएटिव लॉन्च किया है, जिसमें the administration gathers the feedback from people visiting different government offices, hospitals and police stations and take follow-up action. इसके साथ गवर्नमेंट ने 2016 में मेक इन ओडिशा इनिशिएटिव लॉन्च लिया for promoting industrial growth in the state. This has been a huge success, enabling major companies to invest an aggregate amount of above 2 lakh CR in Odisha. Undoubtedly, BJD government की सबसे बड़ी achievement में एक है effective disaster management. Located on the eastern coast, which is one of the 6th most cyclone-prone areas in the world, Odisha has emerged as a global leader in disaster management and risk reduction. Its disaster management model has received a global acclaim by agencies like UN and World Bank. In 2013, Cyclone Kalinga ravaged the shores of Odisha in one of the most largest emergency evacuation in the history. Over 1 million people were moved to the nearby shelters or safer buildings before the cyclone struck. The evacuation was carried out in record time. The usually massive death toll was reduced dramatically with less than 40 people dying in the sharpest contrast to the cyclone in 1999, which killed more than 10,000 people. On the education front, an IIT, IIM, AIMS, NISER, ISER and National Law University and the Central University has been founded in the state, boosting its academic and scientific education and research as well as medical facilities. Private healthcare and IT industry में भी काफी growth हुआ है, along with focusing to set a new benchmark to push tourism, heritage and sports. The state government has been working for the betterment of tribal communities. and economically backward people by launching various schemes and providing rice at ₹1 per kg. पर भाई ये तो आप सभी ने सुना ही होगा. Nothing is perfect. No doubt the BJD government has pioneered massive development in Odisha in the recent year. लेकिन कुछ areas में तो ये भी थोड़े पीछे रह गए. Growing rate of unemployment, criminal activities is one of the major cause of concern for the state. People have accused the government on not working toward making Odisha self-reliant, and some believe that weak position is the only reason the party has been ruling until now.
पॉलिटिकल ऑब्जर्वर्स का कहना है कि बीजेडी सिर्फ तब तक ही स्ट्रांग है जब तक नवीन पटनायक उनके साथ है. एक बार उन्होंने सत्ता से संन्यास ले लिया तो पार्टी का फ्यूचर काफी अंधेरे में दिख रहा है, क्योंकि किसी सक्सेसर को तो उन्होंने ग्रूम ही नहीं किया. चलो अब देखते हैं क्या होता है फ्यूचर में.
हमारा गोल ये है कि हम आपको इंडिया के इस हिडन जेम के बारे में और बताएं और आपको नॉलेज दें और ओडिशा पे लाइक डालें. फॉर मोर इंटरेस्टिंग वीडियो, डू फॉलो, लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब द TCQ.